Hey everybody, welcome back to Flight Simulator, and we have had our first viewer request. Today's flight is going to take place in the Mediterranean. We'll just go over here on the island of Sicily, as you can see right here in front of us. Now it is nighttime, so we're going to adjust this a little bit. We're not going to go live weather because I want to keep it more so we can see what's going on. So we're going with some scattered clouds to give us some texture, and I'm going to turn the time back to about 4:45. So just heading into sunset, the golden hour. We should see some beautiful light in the sky as we go in there. We're going to be taking off from western Sicily over here in the airport here, Lima, India, Charlie, Tango. I do have real world traffic on, so you can see there are some aircraft out there. There's one right there. It's a Boeing 737-800. So we're going to be flying out of here. We're going to depart from the Burgi Mil, I'm probably mispronouncing that, airport in Trapani. We're going to fly the coast, overfly the city, come up this way, and we're going to fly into Punta Raisi Airport at Palermo. So that will be our arrival. It's not that far, and it shouldn't take us very long. I'm using the Cessna 172 with the Garmin 1000 so I can set the autopilot. This is a sightseeing trip, so we're going to be outside a lot. So having the aircraft nice and stable while we do that is going to be a big advantage. So we're going to start out on the ramp. Let's say somewhere in there. And the winds are out of the west at 270, so we're going to taxi down and we're going to take off and then head up along the coast. So let's hop in the aircraft. And again, if anyone else out there has a wish, there's been a couple people have requested things, so if anyone out there has something they would like to see, their hometown, an area of the world, a short flight that they'd like to see between a couple airports that's maybe, in the half hour long, let me know in the comments and I will gladly do it. As I said, I've had a couple already, so keep them coming, and looks like it's going to take me around the world, which is pretty awesome. We're just waiting for this to load up, and then we'll jump into the airport. And here we are. Oh yeah, we got the sun setting. Let's go outside quickly, take a look at what it looks like here at this airport. So it would seem this is the general aviation side. Yeah, it looks like the terminals are on the other side. Again, this is a default airport. There's the Mediterranean. Oh, look at that sun setting. This is a default airport, so it's no custom work, but looks pretty good. You can see the cloud cover we've got out there today, and there's our aircraft. So let's go back down. There we are. We'll jump back inside and get her fired up. So we'll make sure the fuel selector valve is in. That's on both. That's good. Mixer's in. Throttle to 1/4. Let's turn the power on. Turn the fuel pump on to prime it. And let's turn the key.
Trapani ground, Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta requesting pushback. Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta pushback request accepted.
Okay, well, didn't really need a pushback, but okay, Jeff here can come and get us. So you can see our flights already in the flight plan here. We will zoom out. And we're going to head up this way along the coast, cut over, and Palermo's just up over here. So it's not that long a flight, as you can see. I do want to get the weather on here. Primary flight display. Wind. Option 3. Oop, let me disconnect the parking brake for you. That's good. Now, what we would not have is this guy hanging out here pushing us back while the propeller's spinning. In fact, these airplanes, you move them by hand. You just push down on the tail, they'll take the weight off the nose, and then go from there. You can
Trapani ground, Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta requesting the end of pushback.
You do that.
Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta request to end pushback received.
Back on the brakes.
Trapani ground, Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta request taxi to the active departure to the east. Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to and hold short of runway 31 left using taxiway. Contact tower on 119.7 when ready.
Okay.
Taxiing hold short runway 31 left using taxiway Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
So we're going to taxi out of here. Careful not to hit the jet. There we go. Get adjusted in the seat. Come on. There we go. And in case you're wondering, I am using Track IR. To look around. Alright, let's see which runway you wanted us to go to. 31 left, using taxiway. Alright, so not seeing a lot of taxiway options. 30 left. Okay. We'll backtrack on the runway. Don't see anyone on it right now, except for this truck. Not sure why he's sitting on there. Set our heading bug to be fairly northward when we take off, as it was. This will give us a good climb out along the coast. As I said, I want to try to make this as scenic as possible. Take off. Again, there doesn't seem to be many taxiways out here. I may have been a little bit blind to them, but that's fine. So we got about an hour before dark. Sun is setting. We got some wonderful looking clouds starting to form. Aircraft over there. So we're gonna go out, we'll just spin around here and we'll go out at this taxiway or at this intersection. Plenty of room here. Alright. It's a displaced threshold anyway. Let's wheel her around. The aircraft over there at the main terminal, and we got more vehicles using this as a road. Okay, so to get ready, I'm going to give us a little bit of panel lights inside, just as it's starting to get a little bit dark inside. There we go. It's fine, everything's on. I'm going to put the pitot heat on just because we do have cloud out there. Landing lights are gone. Good to go. One notch of flaps going in. And into the sunset we go. Airspeed's alive. 50 knots. 60 knots. Pull back. And we're climbing. So we're
Set
going
the
to
Delta Foxtrot Delta, you were not cleared to take off.
That's fine. We're going to climb out to about 2,000 feet. So I'll set don't turn. Set 2,000 feet. There we go. And now we'll head up along the coast. And there we go. So let's turn the... We're going to go to heading mode. Autopilot on. Go to alt. So we can do a little bit of vertical speed. Not too familiar with the Garmin 1000 yet. That's okay, we're high enough. Let's go outside and look around. There's the town coming up. Let's move the drone around. There we are. Again, we got a nice, beautiful sunset off to the west. We're coming up towards the town from the mountains. fly the airplane from out here, but we will have to go back inside. But I'm going to do a quick, that orange light there. Oop. Try one more screenshot. Go back inside. Let's turn. Much easier to do this in real life. And bouncing all over the place. There we go. There's the town. Train station right there. Old-fashioned buildings. Nice harbor front. Old sports center down here. Overhead of the city here. The autopilot off for a minute. Sports field, looks like a school. Another one in the center. Oh, imagine the view you'd get off of that mountain there. Living up there. That would be amazing. Airport light off in the distance. So there you go. This is the town of Trapani in Sicily. I believe I got the pronunciation right. Forgive me if I don't. Do another pass over the town here. Keep flying up the coast. quite get those buttons turned fast enough. That's all good. And hold the altitude here. Go outside one more time. Take a look back. As it disappears in the golden light. Getting some really cool towns along the edge of the water here. Let's bring our RPMs back a little bit. 2350. And we're going to fly up the coast, and then we're going to head into Palermo Airport. Oh, looks like the clouds are just touching the top of the mountain there. Beautiful, calm day out here on the Mediterranean. I know I said it that way, but it's always nice to see. Let's get our ATC guy back going here.
Trapani approach Cessna India. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta is type Cessna Skyhawk 12 miles northeast of Trapani. Request flight following. Cessna India. Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta Trapani approach. Squawk 5507. Squawk 5507 Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta. Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta radar contact 13 miles northeast of Trapani 1,400 feet. Altimeter 29.902. Copy Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
So these type of sightseeing flights where you're circling an area and looking at it, I gotta tell you, it's much easier to do in real life. But it's all good. So we're gonna head over to Palermo, we'll land there. And that will be the end of our look at Western Sicily. Oh, got some beautiful lighting out here. Yes, look at that. How gorgeous that is. Oh. Fantastic. This is one of the things that makes me really glad I'm getting back into flying flight sim. Then just settle on the coast. The graphics here improved. I've been flying these flight sims since day one. Back in the 1980s. And holy cow, graphics today. Cut in a little bit. We're going to go over this little bit of landmass here, as you can see on the map. Stop. Bouncing around. There we go. That's where we're headed. Up to here, then we'll head directly east, head to the airport. That's fine. How can you argue when you've got a beautiful sunset like this?
Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta contact approach on 118.65. to 118.65 Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta. Approach Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta 1,400 feet. Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Okay. It should be in hectopascals instead of inches of mercury, but whatever. Oh, you can see some of the lights there from the airport. So go outside, take a look down, see what we see here. Yeah, look at you can see the waves coming in and coming up against the side of the landmass there. That is pretty cool. Little harbor here. Unfortunately, that's like a 2D printing over there. And the edge of this huge rock formation and the face mountains. Alright, let's turn east. Ready to land. Let's zoom in a little bit here, the other way. The airport's around sea level, 20 or 30 feet. So we'll kind of pass over, check out the runways, unless he gives us direction as we get a little bit closer. Winds were from the west, this way. I'm not sure which way the runways run here. So we'll see which one they want us to land on. Set my track IR and look at those clouds. Wow. Alright. Landing light should still be on since we're down low. That's all good. So we're plenty visible. Heading right for the airport. So just to show you the layout here, we've got our navigation radios are showing what frequencies are on and what the standby frequencies are. These are our two communication radios. Same thing, standby frequencies and our active frequencies. Where we're heading, or where we left, where we're heading to, distance. So it's directly ahead of us, 12 miles away. You can see it there. This is our airspeed, this is our altitude, and our vertical climb indicator. This is a synthetic radar, which is basically giving us a digital representation of what's out here for low visibility. This is our gyro compass, and this is showing us a little map in here, which we don't actually need. So if we go in here and we go into here, we don't need DME. Art. Now we'll go back to that one. that without because we got this big one over here. So we're now 10 miles away. Over here we've got our same information across the top. We have our wind, which is showing we have a wind from the left. Not sure why this is showing us a tailwind of 5 knots. Here's our map, and this is all our engine instruments, our RPM, fuel flow, oil pressure, oil temperature, exhaust gas temperature, vacuum for the gyros, making sure we have a good enough vacuum to keep them spinning, our fuel level, electrical, stuff like that, and that's about it there. And we do have backup gauges down here for airspeed, attitude, and altimeter. From what I can see, it's a pretty good representation, although again I've never actually flown a real airplane with it. I'm sure it would work fine. So as we can see, it looks like the aircraft are coming in from the east. And then landing. Don't see anyone yet. So the two runways, one is running this way here and one is running this way here. They're landing. Looks like they're going to be coming in and landing this way, or either that or he's on the ground. One of the two. But the winds were coming out of the west, so we should land westward. I'm going to head.
Approach Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
To the northwest.
Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
I don't quite want the Charlie airspace, I want to land.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Okay, so we're going to head this way. We'll do a right pattern. We'll be making right turns. Oh, there's somebody. Yeah, it looks like he just took off. Alright, pretty interesting. So we will descend her down to 1,000 feet. So I want to adjust the altitude. And then we'll put it into vertical speed mode. So we want to be 1,000 feet above the ground. Oh, looks like he turned around and is heading back the other way. There he is there. So we'll go down to about 500 feet per minute. He might actually be doing a circuit. No, he's probably going to be taking off to the north. Let's see if this pulls out at 1,000 for us. Bring her down to 2,300 RPM. So yeah, she's slowing down. She's going to capture 1,000 feet. She's pulling the nose up just to make sure that we are good. And there goes that airplane right there. You can see him on the display. There you go. So let's head else around, so we should be pretty good. See the approach lights from this side for the runways. So we're going to turn now to 150. And see if we can do this without screwing up too much. There we go. And let's see what they say.
Tower Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta is 4 miles north with Kilo to land. Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta Tower. Enter right base runway 25. Altimeter 29.9 to wind 268 at 8.
Okay, I don't know which one
Cessna
25
Delta
is.
Foxtrot Delta cleared to land runway 25. Wind 268 at 8.
But it appears to be this one here.
Cleared to land runway 25 Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Nope. It's going to be the other one. Looks like they're converging runways. Now, if I had planned this out a little better, I would have brought a chart. And I would have known. Okay, so let's start slowing her down. Get in a touch of flaps. Going to be an interesting landing. Oh yeah. They do not, they're actually intersecting runways at the far end there. So we don't want to bring the speed back to about 65 knots. We're a little high. Right back on the power. Second notch of flap. Might have to go for 3. But there's Palermo, nestled in between the Mediterranean and that mountain range. You can see why they built here back in the old days. Founded the city. Beautiful area. Sheltered by the mountains. Food, transportation through the Mediterranean. And there we go with a beautiful sunset. Oh, look at that color. Right.
500.
Maintaining about 65 knots. Feed into power a little bit. We got 3 white, 1 red on the left there. We want, that's what we want. 2 white, 2 red means we're on the glide slope. 3 white, we're a little high. 3 red, we're a little low. 4 white, we're very high. 4 red, we're dead. So we're a little high, but that's fine. Again, displaced threshold, we got to land it beyond the white hash marks or the green line as it's illuminated at night. And this is set to have us land at the big white bars ahead of us, which is where the airliners would come in. So bring it down, look to the horizon, ease the power off, keep her pointed down, just let her touch down. Like so. Okay, bring the flaps up. And we'll roll down to the taxiway. Next taxiway is coming up. We'll see if they'll give us a taxi to gates.
Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta turn, next taxiway.
That's my plan.
Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact ground on 121.625. Going to 121.625, Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Alright, well he does that. We will put the taxi lights on, the landing lights off. The flaps are fully up. So we're good. Come on. Let's go to parking.
Razy ground, Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to parking. Cessna India, Charlie Delta Foxtrot Delta taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Alright, and since I do not have anything
Taxiing
set
to
up
general
for that,
aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Bravo Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
I'm going to quickly, nope, not controls, go back, assistance, piloting, is it now taxi ribbon. I'm going to put the taxi ribbon on so that they can tell us, apply and save, where to go. And there we are. A little bit of a cheat. On my other machine, I should have had the charts up for the airport, and I could have used them, but that's okay. We'll let the computer guide us this time. So this is Palermo Airport. See the main terminal there? Follow the taxi markings. Some airliners. Sitting at the gates. Oh, a little bit bumpy there. These are generic liveries. They haven't released any liveries yet. Although apparently somebody has put a pack of liveries together for the A320, so I think I'm going to be grabbing that shortly. And we will see what they look like. This is rather bumpy here. Where do you want us to go, guy? Where do you want us to go? I see somebody over there. All right. So what I'll quickly do while we're sitting here is go back in. Shut the ribbon off. Thank you. Oop. There we are. Oh, I don't know why that's left the ribbon on. Taxi ribbon off. Apply and save. And go back. There we go. And there's the crew waiting for us. You can see one guy on the left to help, the guy on the right with the little pushback cart, and the guy giving directions in the front, bringing us in. So we'll follow him. He wants us to turn left. Face him. There we go. Now he's guiding us forward. Guiding us forward. And stop. There we go. So we are parked. Let's do the Parking brake on. So we'll take that out. We'll kill the throttle or the mixture. Throttle's off. Electrics come off. And avionics come off. And the master come off. Like so. Well, there you have it. That was Trapani, a little bit of the coast of the western Sicily, and landing at sunset in Palermo. We'll just do a quick little look around Palermo Airport here. Ah, look at those clouds on the other side of the mountain. There we go. A little bit higher. And we'll leave you with the sunset and that beautiful light. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you have a suggestion, leave it below. I will get to it. See you next time. Bye for now.